Hi everybody, today I'm talking to Abbie Ogentade. Abbie, did I say that right?
You did, well done.
Perfect, thank you very much. Abbie is the founder of a fabulous brand that you might not have heard of before called Freya Bailey. And Freya Bailey is in the February box. The reason we've got it in the box is not only has Abbie got an amazing background in beauty herself, but the brand is the winner of the very first ArcLight competition. And ArcLight helps promote Black British beauty brands. I think I've got that. It is British, isn't it?
Indeed, yes.
And so Abbie's won that competition for her brand. And so we wanted to showcase them, put the spotlight on them, so Abbie can tell you why you're going to be seeing so much more of this brand in the coming days. Abbie, welcome.
Thank you so much, Karen. Delighted to be here. Hello, everybody.
Abbie, right, so tell me about Freya Bailey.
Freya Bailey is a skin concern focused range of skincare products. Basically, we're here to help alleviate any of the issues. Well done, Karen. Lovely. Alleviate the issues caused by stress and stressed skin and things like that. So, yes.
Actually, there's loads of stress skin around these days. And I find it really interesting that so many of the Toll subscribers tell me their skin changes almost daily. What do you think causes that?
I think it's environmental certainly plays a huge role. I mean, regardless of the fact that many of us or most of us are in lockdown at this time. There's pollution, there's all sorts of sort of environmental aggressors. There's also the emotional stress, which I think needs to be considered and is quite a core part of our philosophy. The emotional stress of just sort of day-to-day modern living, which is hectic and demanding, and actually has physical implications on your skin. So that whole sort of mind-body connection is very, very real.
Okay, tell me a bit about your background, Abbie, because you're not new to the beauty industry, are you?
No. I'm an old one, an oldie but good, as it were. And so, I mean, I started in beauty, over a decade at least ago, where I was responsible at the time. I was working on a global capacity for an international sort of wellness and healthcare brand, and I was managing the launch of their beauty and skincare division. So I launched, a few products there. One of them, really still proud to note, remains #1 to this day. And so that's sort of where I got my grounding of years in that category. And I just sort of fell in love with it, really. It genuinely really did get under my skin.
Okay, now I know that the beauty industry is tough. And if you work for a big company, it's easier than most. What on earth made you want to go away and do your own brand?
That's a great question. I think and hopefully many of us can relate to this. I think you get to a certain age, as I did, and I just thought it's time to kind of stop being afraid and to sort of bank on myself, believe and finally sort of pursue what it was I wanted to do. It was a big risk, a little bit mad, but hey, why not? I'd sort of moved on from doing beauty, which I'd been in the category for many years, and was working and actually, leading in a fairly senior role for a different division and different sector. But I really wanted to go back to my first love. And I just thought to myself, there just comes that point where you just need to sort of take a little bit of a risk and give it your all based on your experience.
I really applaud you for that, because I heard recently a phrase, which is, if you don't show up every day, how will the world know what you've got? And I think for so many women, we have so many responsibilities, and we're worried that if we do something that's a little bit out of the box, that it will affect our families, we'll do bad things for our families, we won't have enough time for them, all the rest of it. So I really applaud you doing it. It's amazing, and you're doing well.
Thank you so much. I can completely relate to that. And I think it's a really weird thing, actually. It's an interesting one, that you get to a certain age, and actually, the age where you're probably the most kind of diverse, the most brilliant, the most experienced, but also perhaps the most fearful because of everything that you've got to lose. But I'm hoping that this, this is inspiring for my kids, and certainly it's incredibly fulfilling for me. And I'm delighted by the response from customers. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm not surprised at all. Right, now let's talk about what it's like to be a Black British beauty brand. Is it harder to get in?
I think there's definitely challenges. I will not lie. It has been it has been a journey. I think one of the challenges certainly that I've experienced personally is just that beauty is incredibly dynamic and all of these amazing things, but it's also can be quite insular, as in it's very much a case of sort of who you know and having all of the right connections, as well as inevitably having the right product. And so I think one of the challenges that one has is really being able to just kind of break through and be given the opportunity to really communicate the uniqueness of your proposition. And I think that's where opportunities like the Arc Light Award that we've been delighted to win has proven to be sort of a really important sort of option for brands such as ourselves, definitely.
Yeah, because part of the prize of the ArcLight was helping opening those doors and help with press and marketing. So I totally get that. Why that's so important. But that's not the only award you've won. I've been scrolling your Insta today, and you've won other awards as well, haven't you, Abbie?
Yeah. We've had an incredible response since we launched in just over 1.5 years ago, probably less than that now. So we have actually been shortlisted and have won over 20 awards, incredible, including some really sort of big ones in terms of the glossies and that sort of thing. So it's been great, and that's sort of a testament as well to the sort of 2 years of research and expertise that I put into this, along with a world-class clinical team to actually come with this range. So it's been really gratifying. So thank you, Karen.
Yeah, no problem. Now let's go on to talk about the product we've got in the box, because this I love. So I've been using this. You very kindly sent this to me about a month ago, and I've been using it ever since. So it's the Hail Serum. Tell us about this product.
Yes. I adore this product. I mean, it's very much for those with sort of dry, dehydrated skin tones. And I think that is something that is incredibly relevant at the moment. Like if you're stuck inside, dry central heating, all of that kind of really sucks, unfortunately, some of the life out of your skin. So you apply this and apply it gently and really sort of enjoy the moment with it, and it will sink in to really ensure that it's delivering nutrients. It's really nutrient rich, it being marula, which actually is very high in omega-9 and will really do that work of feeding your skin.
Okay, now if it goes on and it looks really like a facial oil, how is it?
Yes.
How is it a serum, not an oil?
That's a great question, actually. So this has micro molecules. So it's all about the molecule size in terms of the difference between a serum and an oil. So the marula is actually the least oily of the oils, as it were, because the molecules are so small that they're able to permeate right through the 3 skin layers, as it were, and really do that job of nourishment. While something like an oil has a bigger molecule and tends to sit much more on the surface of the skin, which is where you see all of that sort of shine, as it were. So this sinks in, this penetrates deep.
Now I look at the ingredient list and it's really simple, but I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's just got really understandable ingredients.
Yes.
There's nothing with a scary name.
Absolutely. I mean, we seek to be, transparent, but also seek just to focus on efficacy and performance. So there's not a vanity piece in terms of the range. Every ingredient is there because of what it does. So, marula, we've actually had a pure grade marula oil, and it's enriched with vitamin A as well, and that combines along with its natural components of omega-9. Actually, marula has some of the highest omega-9 and essential fatty acids of any plant, as it were, to really just go down deep and work its magic.
Right, now we are having this in the February box, which is the last in a series of 3 where we're reinventing our skincare. And we've already got, I haven't got a bottle of it here, Abbie Cleave's Night Retinol Serum. So would you say, so I'm suggesting that this is a day serum, but also for people who may not,
Yes.
you know, like retinol or find retinol a little bit strong,
Yes.
they could use this at night as well.
Yes.
How would you suggest we use
Indeed.
the best results?
Absolutely. You know, for us, this is very much sort of a day serum. You can even use it potentially as a sort of a day cream, although we would recommend that you apply something on top if the weather is particularly sort of hazardous out there, or if your skin is particularly dry. But I think it comes into its own at night, actually, when, you know, the skin is perhaps the most active. You just put that on, you know, really enjoy the moment as well. I mean, unfortunately, you can't smell it, but we have sort of essential oils there that are, you know, blended. Can you smell that? Oh, sniff that in to actually ensure a restful and a peaceful sort of ambience as well. To, again, just to deal with that element of stress. And so you apply this gently, sort of at night, enjoy the moment and let it sink in, and you're good to go, basically. And you can apply something on top, or you can indeed sort of go to bed and have that on.
So I can smell lavender and vanilla.
Yes, indeed. Perfect. Brilliant. That nose never lets you down.
I'm reading the label.
The
So
results.
I'm going to say thank you so much for letting us have a chance to try this. I know it's really challenging with new brands to make that move from the shelf into someone's basket. And so I always hope that people who try these products with us at Toil, they'll then go, oh my goodness, I didn't know about that and I love it. And because it's quite a young brand, the formulations are as fresh as they come. So it's always nice to see a
Indeed.
brand that's got great formulations, that thinks about clean beauty, that thinks about what it works for the skin. And again, I assume this works on all skin types as well.
It does. It does. I mean, it's ideal if your skin is particularly dry and dehydrated, but it works its magic for all. Absolutely.
Brilliant. Abbie, thank you so much for coming on. I wish your brand every success. Tell me you'll come back later in the year and tell us how it's going.
Would absolutely love to. Thank you, Karen. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No problem. And we'll see you soon.
Awesome. Fantastic. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Bye.